Yes, well, hello, Foreclosure Friday. My name is Jesse, and for this hot bank-owned home of the day, we're going to take a little dip over into La Jollaville for Wealthy Wednesday, because yes, even the rich have foreclosures. Take a peek, and by the way, no, the voice is going to stop right here. Take a peek at this guy, though. Now, the price tag of $295. I'll get to that in just a second. But fundamentally speaking, we got a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, over 2,500 square feet, built in the mid-century here. The key to this guy is its aesthetics. I mean, take a peek here at what you're going to be looking at. That, my friends, is about as good as it gets. You're perched, you got a nice little perch up there so you can gander off over into the sunsets of one of the most famous bays in the entire West Coast. Now, the inside is kind of interesting. It's tough to sort of separate yourself from the aesthetic. The aesthetic is kind of weighted and a little gaudy and what you might expect, perhaps, from something in this price range. But if you can look past that, you've got some real big, nice picture windows, fairly sized rooms. I mean, take a peek there. Nice, good footprint on the master bedroom, and even the other bedrooms, with the exception of that little office there, guy. They got a nice little layout. Got a nice little size to them as well. Tons of detail there went into the remodel of that bathroom, and they hit it from a couple different perspectives. Just a beautiful jacuzzi tub there. This is diagonally placed out through, I'm sure during the day or night or whenever you choose, you pull those blinds up, you got a spectacular view. Again, more of the same. The kitchen is not something you'd really think that would come with a price tag over $2 million. But I guess if you're spending most of your attention out looking out that view, you might not care too much. And then the shot of the backyard here is kind of cool. So it's got a 2-car garage, a little terraced backyard there with some, looks like they got a couple 2 or 3 different decks. One here for your view, one off the back, and then a private one off to the side. Just, the type of thing that you'd want to see yourself spending a lot of time in. So while we got that out of the way, let's throw our ear down to the street and do as we do best here on Foreclosure Friday and take a peek in on the market and see where that price sits. So our guy just popped up on the market here, 1 day ago, and it's in the La Jolla Country Club, which, of course, is going to require some respect in that fashion. And you might even anticipate that the seller would try to fetch perhaps even a little more. But when you take a look at the comps here, as I did, and going back 6 months, I had to take the time frame back a little further than I'm comfortable, just because we're dealing with minimum 4-bed, bath, pretty high square foot print in a higher price range. And in order to get a good 90 days, only pulled up 3 comps, and all of them were just actives, which basically gets you right about the place you started. And going back 6, I did find some comps. So you'll notice there's our guy right there, and he's sitting second highest in place there behind this. So this guy's sitting right on C lane. And there's even some, check that out. That guy is almost, 150, almost 200 square feet smaller, but under $1 million. They're on Ridgegate. So, and to look at the comps here, you can see that, again, another sell price right there at $1 million. Just a tickle over $1 million. This one just dropped the anvil there. Almost fetched $4 million. So we can almost throw that out as a statistical outlier. But the average still puts us, if you want to take those two, right above $1 million. So why is this one fetching? So this guy right here, this Caminito Elecho, this one, a very similar footprint, actually even a little bigger and newer. A half bath, that's its only component that falls short of our guy. Now this is over in La Jolla Woods, so not the country club, right? So let's take that into consideration. And here's an interesting little note. This was an HOA fee of $500 a month, where our guy has none. So $500 a month at today's rates, I mean, that's going to cut into your purchase price by about $100,000. So if you put that in there, what is that, 1.1 million? Still, not a very good explanation as to why Mar is fetching, so much more. So here's another comp there, the one that fetched just over $1 million, and it's over there in Ridgegate. What, just a little over a decade old, so a lot newer. Yeah, I mean, with all due respect, nothing spectacular. And the most important element of the nothing spectacular fact is that it's doesn't have a view. So what's the moral of the story? Okay, so of course we got Wealthy Wednesday. You're going to be running in the game of the 7-figure bracket, then you're going to demand location. So what's the moral of the story here for Wealthy Wednesday, right? If you're going to be running in the 7-figure bracket, then you're going to demand location. And our guy right here's got a great one, sitting right there in the country club. You take a look at these guys over here too. They're only fetching lower to mid $1 million marks, and arguably even closer to the water if that's what you're after. So here's where we sit with this, okay? You love the spot, love the location, love the fact that it's an exigent sale, right? They're pending foreclosure. You want to get in, just hit the market. It's a great piece of property. But to fetch the almost $3 million price tag that they're after, any reasonable buyer is going to take umbrage with that. I'd love to see it come in somewhere closer to the grouping of the rest of these, maybe on the high end of the 1 milli mark, and that's as far as I'd feel comfortable going. If the bank has to take it back, they're going to be relegated to fishing for that anyway. So do not overpay in this market. Even if your bracket is already in the overpaying zone of the 7-figure mark, you can come up on some of the best deals at the super high end of the market. So fish me back in here next week and we'll see if I can't find you another one.